I'm Sai and welcome back to my channel Sai Tech Guru. So finally friends, it is a video which a lot of users are actually waiting for. So the CPU throttling test comparison between the Realme X7 Max versus Realme X7 Pro device, as you can see friends. So let's see which phone will be having the better CPU throttling. And just before these videos, I did upload a video on the PUBG Battleground comparison. So make sure to check this epic PUBG Battleground test videos friends, so which will be really interesting to watch. So right now I'll be using the CPU throttling in this both phones, and both phones they do have the Dimensity processor but with different versions. So Dimensity 1200, which is the latest and first smartphone in India to launch with Dimensity 1200, and which is a Realme X7 Max, and the Realme X7 Pro has got the Dimensity 1000 Plus as well, as you can see friends clearly. And a lot of viewers are really confused which phone to buy. That video is going to come really very soon, maybe tomorrow I'll try to upload. But let's take a look at the CPU throttling, which phone will be having the better throttling comparison if you try to compare. And right now let me try to show you friends exactly what kind of refresh rate I'm trying to use. So right now I'm trying to use a 120 Hz refresh rate, exactly you can see here, as you can see friends. So 120 Hz refresh rate, and the Wi-Fi is completely turned off, and the screen I'll try to use up to close to maybe 70% of the screen. I'll try to use 70%, as you can see friends. So both are having the same kind of brightness levels right now. That should be kind of same. Let me need to clear all the background applications, so there is no background application should be running in the background. Let me need to clear everything. As you can see friends clearly, no background applications are running right now in both phones. So let me need to open the CPU throttling application. So CPU throttling application will be here, so as you can see. And one more thing, I did add the CPU throttling application into the game space in both phones. So both phones will be utilizing this kind of game space, as you can see friends. So that is what requested by a lot of users, asking me to use this kind of game space for the CPU throttling application and then test the performance. So this will give you the really good experience while gaming. That is what a lot of users did ask me. That is what I'm trying to do as per your request, and these exactly settings I'm trying to use right now. Let me try to slightly increase the threads, number of threads to 100, and time to 15 minutes. So 15 minutes I'll try to run in both phones at same time. As you can see friends, both are having the same kind of options right now. Nothing got changed, as you can clearly see. You can take a look right now. So both phones are clearly saved, as you can see friends. And right now let me try to start the test, and both phones I did start the test at same time, as you can see friends, same time. So let me try to quickly say you, this is a Realme X7 Pro. So this is a Realme X7 Pro. I'm trying to show you every time the phone, so it's kind of really confusing which phone is what type of phone. So you can see friends right now, and before the test let me try to quickly check the temperatures. I totally forgot about the temperatures. 36 degrees, backside 35 degrees, and my room temperature is also 33. As I said, there is no AC, there is no cooler in my studio room. So because of this YouTube videos only, I did not keep any kind of AC in the studio in my room. So 35 and 36. So both phones are kind of close to each other. So close to each other temperatures. So let's see friends, after a few minutes of continuously doing this kind of testing, so which phone will be having the what kind of percentage, how much percentage. And battery wise, right now the Realme X7 Max has got 65% of the battery, as you can see friends, in the Realme X7 Max. And in the Realme X7 Pro, 61% and 65%. You can clearly see. I thought of just showing you the battery percentage. And right now, as you can see friends, the graph which is slightly looks good in the Realme X7 Pro device. So whereas in the Max device, you can see it's really throttling in the beginning, but what happens is that after a certain time the graph will drastically increase in the Realme X7 Max. So that is what I did experience before as well. I think maybe around 2 minutes it should start increasing. And you can see the performance scores between both phones, in case if you want to take a look at the performance scores. Let me slightly zoom in. So you can see friends, I think close to 15 to 20,000 difference is there, but right now they look kind of close to each other in this time, as you can clearly see. As I said friends, so make sure to hit that subscribe and also do follow me regularly, and try to check the videos every day which I upload in the epic comparisons and other smartphones. Other playlist videos also will be added. So try to follow regularly friends, because every day I'll be posting so many number of videos and it will be very hard for you to follow. I know that. So that is the reason I did create the playlist for each and every smartphone, so you can actually follow properly by using this playlist. So these are the results for the first 2 minutes itself. Let's check the max is around 39 degrees, and max 40 degrees the max, and 39 degrees in the 40 also in the Realme X7 Pro. So you can easily differentiate both phones. If you see the graph is really low, that is a Max model. If you see the graph is really good, that is a X7 Pro model. As you can see, in this way you can differentiate for the time being right now. So these are the results for the first few minutes, and let's see when will the graph increase. That is what doubt here. So it should start increasing. So before I did see that kind of increase, so maybe I think it's now increasing, I'm not sure. So let's see what will happen. But right now in the Realme X7 Pro, it's still maintaining around 90% alone, the Realme X7 Pro right now, as you can see, friends. And the temperature is 42.2 in the X7 Max, so 40.4 in the X7 Pro. The Pro has got 40 only, and Max model went up to 42 degrees. That's the difference between the temperatures. So temperatures in the Max reached to 40, and the Pro model is around the 42 and 40 temperatures. So let's see, friends, what will happen right now. And the graph started to go a little bit down and down. I'm not sure what is happening in the Realme X7 Max. This is totally weird, because before the CPU throttling test I did when the battery percentage is close to 100%. So there is a throttling test which I did before, but right now I'm trying to do the throttling test when the battery percentage is 63%. I'm not sure that is impacting much. I'm not sure about that particularly. If you want, you can take a look at the other CPU throttling test which I did before. Maybe yesterday I did upload a lot of CPU throttling test comparison. So make sure to check this video, friends. So there is a I did epic comparison between 3 smartphones. You can have a look in that video. You'll get a clear idea about CPU throttling. So CPU throttling, as you can see, in 2 videos I did upload yesterday. But a lot of users, they are actually waiting for this comparison between the Max and the Pro model. That is the reason I thought of uploading it today. So which will be kind of really helpful for the users who are actually buying one of this smartphone. And the full complete review I'll try to post maybe tomorrow, between comparison between both phones, which phone to buy and why. Right now, as you can see, the graph decreased in the X7 Pro exactly after 4 minutes. And let me try to check the percentage when it decreased. 42 degrees in the X7 Pro, 42. As you can see, friends, 42 degrees. The back side is a 41 only. I did see the 41 somewhere around 41.2, but front side it's 42 degrees. It increased. So right now the graph, it's directly decreased in the Realme X7 Pro. Let's check the temperatures in the X7 Max, how much it is. So X7 Max 43.4 degrees. As you can see, friends, 43.4, 43.6. So 42.6. That's huge. So you're seeing 2 degrees higher than the X7 Pro. So X7 Pro has got close to 40 degrees and 43 degrees here in the X7 Max. That's a 2 to 3 degrees differences you are seeing right now. But let's see the final performance of what will be there in terms of the both phones. So which phone will be having the really good performance without much throttling. Right now, as you can see, still the X7 Max did not increase at this point. Again, I'll be back after some minutes so that we can discuss what is happening. As you can see, friends, right now we are getting close to 10 minutes of time exactly. So let's check the temperatures. Temperatures 44.2 degrees. Oh my god, that's really hot in the Realme X7 Max. 44.4, as you can see, friends, 44.4, 43.6. It's too hot in the back side as well. So 44.4 is the highest in the X7 Max. Let's check what's this X7 Pro gonna do. So X7 Pro is kind of 41 degrees. It's not that high, friends. So 41, that's really good. So 41.6. The temperature, as you can see, 41.6 is the highest recorded. But I cannot believe this, friends. Realme X7 Max is getting really hot and hot. So 44.4 degrees. 44.4 and 40, I think 41, as you can see, 41.8, 44.4. So if I try to do the CPU throttling test for a little bit kind of more time, then definitely the temperature will be higher much. So these are slightly issues I'm experiencing with this kind of temperature heating issues in this Realme X7 Max. So that is the reason I did advise few of the users wait for my reviews, complete in-depth reviews, so then you can decide whether to buy this phone or not. This is the reason why I did say. So because on the day 1 itself, I did observe the heating issues in this Realme X7 Max. So then after doing every day and uploading so many videos on this Realme X7 Max, comparing with other smartphones, multiple tests, after in-depth reviews and intense usage within this short amount of time, that is what I did understand. The temperature is slightly above the average. So this many videos I did upload, friends, and a lot of videos whenever I do the testings, this Realme X7 Max used to be the highest in the temperatures. I'm not sure why the reason is. So So before, the IQ7 used to be in the lead, but right now the Realme X7 Max did dominate the IQ7 in terms of the temperatures. So right now the performance went down to 60% as well, close to 65%, but in the Realme X7 Max it did not go down. It's really maintaining around consistently 80% right now till 12 minutes of time. As you can clearly see friends, 12 minutes. So still maintaining consistent performance in the Realme X7 Pro device, so no issues till now, as you can clearly see here. So in case if you have any other queries regarding both phones, so make sure to comment below. Definitely I'll be helping you out in terms of finding out best phone for you. So very soon, maybe tomorrow, I'll try to do that comparison, which phone to buy. So Realme X7 Max or Realme X7 Pro, which phone should you pick? That will be my main focus for the tomorrow's videos, which phone to buy. So make sure to stay tuned for those videos. That will be really interesting and comparison. So right now let's check the temperatures. 44.6 degrees in the Realme X7 Max. Still the temperatures are really high. So 42.2. X7 Pro started to increase the temperature, 42.2 and 44.8. 44.8 friends, 44.8 as you can see here. It may reach 45 degrees, I think so. Hopefully, maybe, let's see whether it will reach or not. 45. So complete is 45.2. As you can see friends, it did reach 45.2 in this exact spot. 45.2, as you can see in this spot, 45.2. So totally 45 degrees it reached the benchmark. As you can clearly see friends, let me do at same position in the Realme X7 Pro. 42 degrees it's increasing, not much, 42 degrees. So overall you can observe 2 to 3 degrees differences can be there between these both phones. So this with the heavy usage. So maybe in the normal day-to-day usage you may not feel this much heat obviously, but definitely the temperatures in this phone is really cool. And as you can see, the consistency in the performance, it's completely smooth. It's completely smooth and flat, as you can clearly see here friends. It's completely smooth and good. So not much complaints with the Realme X7 Pro device. So I'll try to show you the graphs of this Realme X7 Max before the testing, what has happened. I think this is my third time doing the CPU throttling test in this phone, and every time I do, I'll try to take the screenshot and save in the gallery. So as a reference, I can always show you what is happening with this phone particularly. So you may get doubt why the graph is like this, or is it happening every time? So that is the reason I always compare with the past as a reference, so which will be really helpful for a lot of users. And right now we are getting close to 15 minutes of time. So it's 14 minutes and 40 seconds. And still the performance is close to 80% friends in the Realme X7 Pro. That's really good. That's very, very good. And 10 seconds more, and 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. The speed test has been, CPU throttling has been done in both phones. Let's check the final temperature. 45 degrees. The final temperature 45.2 degrees. That's really high in this Realme X7 Max. 45 degrees friends. 45 degrees, I'm not sure. So as I said, this is not the everyday situation, so I'm just trying to use the maximum settings in the CPU throttling. So 42 degrees in this phone. So now let's observe the scores. So this is another thing which a lot of users, they did ask me to concentrate on the score, which phone has what kind of score. Let me try to take the screenshot in both phones. I'm trying to take the screenshot in both phones, as you can see. So in the screenshot I can easily zoom it in. So this is a screenshot which I have taken just now, and let's see the maximum score in the Realme X7 Max. So this is a Realme X7 Max which I have used. So it scored about 3,51,000, as you can clearly see friends, and 3,16,000 in the Realme X7 Pro. And the average 2,68,000, 2,85,000, as you can see the average, you can clearly see here. And the minimum is 2,27,000, 2,44,000 in the Realme X7 Pro device. And the CPU throttle up to 65% and CPU throttle up to 79% in the Realme X7 Pro. As you can clearly see friends, the difference. Let me try to show you the screenshot which I have taken before, so you know exactly the graph. As you can see, this is another graph which I have taken. 76% of its throttling. So this is the day one I did the CPU throttling test, and this is another throttling test which I did. So which is a 76% of its throttling, as you can see. And both times I did the test when the battery percentage is close to 95%. So both times. So this is another time, I think. Yes, this is 68 percentage. I did the CPU throttling test, I think only one time. So I'm not sure why this time the CPU throttling is really low in this phone. I'm not sure why. So that is what really confusing. As you can see right now, it decreased up to 65 percentage, even though I did use the same kind of settings in both phones. So this is a quick review, friends, on this CPU throttling test between both phones. And in case if you have any other queries, so make sure to comment below. And thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video, friends. Until then, stay tuned. Bye.